We want to cover as much as we can, obviously, and even if needs be, answer any questions as well. My name's Viv, it's not Trainer. That's our account that we're using. If you see my clock, I am based in Germany. I used to travel every other week over to the UK. Obviously that in these unprecedented times has completely changed. And we're now, oh, there's somebody else in the lobby. I do things remotely now. So that just even, as we know, shows the power of these sort of tools of Teams. Welcome to Claire. So this is recording and this is a session on stream. Firstly, Teams records the stream. So that's the first thing let's to mention on that. Stream is part of the 365 package. I'm going to just drop this down a second. Oh, sorry, before we do that, if you have any questions, Rich will try to manage the conversation if you want to put them in the conversation thread. If they can keep to the end, you can ask at the end. You could put your hand up, but it would be better in the 30-minute session that we use the conversation thread, which is over on the right-hand side, which has just added and loaded on my screen. So let's go down to the desktop and talk about it. What Microsoft Stream is its internal video structure for recording, for deploying videos, for recording in Teams, but it's not just for the recording in Teams. So what I want to do now is show you some of the features of Stream, what you can do with it, how it interacts with Teams and how it interacts with other parts of your business and your organization. But then also at the end, I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about where they're bringing Stream in the next couple of months. In fact, some of the new features and some of the new settings are being rolled out across the world at the minute. Like everything to do with Microsoft 365, the pace at which they are upgrading, changing, adapting, and rolling out new features is quite fast. So it's quite an interesting pathway that they're doing. So when you go onto your office.com environment, so that's where you get everything to do with Microsoft 365. You get all your little menus down here, down the side, and one of them is Stream. The other place that you can press is the grid up at the top, and you will find it there. That's the new icon for it. It's called Microsoft Stream. So Microsoft Stream is not just, as I said, your recordings from your Teams meetings, although that's a key part of it, and that's a really, really excellent part of what Stream does, but it's more than that. So I've already opened it earlier, and if you've never gone to this portal, that's what you see. You get this menu up at the top. You talk about your home. It gives you some instructions of what you can do. Upload a video, find video channels, invite people, etc. As you scroll down, it shows you again how to use these things. And I've got lots of, some videos set in here that we've recorded. You've got home. We've got the discover button, which is discovering. If you go in, you can discover videos, you can discover channels, you can discover people, and you can discover groups. And I'll explain what that difference is in a minute. Then you can look at your own content. This is stuff that you're in charge of. So this is the videos, groups, channels, meetings, etc. that you have set up, and it's your stuff. And finally, you've got a bit here which is called create. Now this is really useful. You can upload a video straight to here. You can create a new group. You can create a new channel, and you can actually record your screen with Microsoft Stream now. So we'll look at those one by one. The upload button, simple enough. What you can do with it is you just drag a video into that, or you hit the browse button, and it starts to upload a video straight into your stream. Let's see if I can get, I don't know if I've got a short video set on the system. I should have, but let's have a quick look. If you do your normal drag and drop, you just do that. I should have some little training videos on here. Those are a little bit longer, so they're going to be very, very long videos. So let's just make it a minute. But when you upload it, you start to get your settings on it. As you're uploading it, did we have a question going on there, Rich, or was do I need to look at that? Sorry, I did say I'd leave it to you. Let's have a look and see if I can grab something from my, oh yeah, Rich has just done that. Let's see if I can grab something from my OneDrive that's sitting here. And I'll upload it, because as you're uploading a video, I just don't want to use all our bandwidth. As you're uploading a video, what you end up having the ability to do, sorry, where am I going? I do have a whole section on training videos, so here we are. And these are usually going to be shorter training videos, so that's quite useful. And let's just grab this one. So domains in 365. If I drag that and drop it into the window, it starts to upload. That's useful to see. Uploads queued. It's going to start in the background doing it in a second. And this is what you can start by doing. Like any video on a YouTube channel or anything like that, you can give it a name. You can give it a description. You can put time codes in to create chapters if you wanted to. That's a new feature to it. You can put hashtags in your description. So when people go searching your content, you can do that. If it's in a different language, you can actually choose your video language as well. And some languages have closed captions available in supported languages. That's that. While it's processing that, it's finished uploading it. It then processes it to turn it into an actual video for you. It creates thumbnails. You can create your own thumbnails so people, when they look at the video, can see what it contains. You've got these two others down here. You've got permissions. Now, what's really useful about permissions is you can have it available to everyone in your company. Now, that's brilliant, because if you do available to everyone in your company, that means a training video, an introduction video, a weekly update, anything like that, or even a meeting, a webinar or a meeting that you recorded through Teams can be made available to anyone in your company. But you can also share it with individual people. So if I go in here and I share this video with Andy, who's not on today, but it would search for Andy and it would find Andy, and I would put him in here, and then he can be an owner or he can just see the video. So you can add individual people, but you don't just have to add people, you can add groups. Now, groups is your Microsoft 365 groups. So that's the backbone of everything to do with Microsoft 365 in terms of teams. So you could add it to a team, you could add it to a SharePoint site, or the people who have access to that SharePoint site could see it. We will show you in a minute how to add these videos straight into Teams or straight onto your SharePoint site. And channels is a group of video. It's like a playlist. So you can create channels, and if you create a channel, you can create a playlist of people, and when you create a playlist of people, you can actually then, of videos, you can put that somewhere as well. Finally, you've got your options, and under your options, you allow people to turn captions, comments on or off. There's a new feature with noise suppression, which actually tries to get the vocals right and everything else. You're allowed to auto-generate captions, and then if you did have a subtitle file, you can. Once you've finished, you can just publish it. That's now available. So people can use Stream on the web page to get to this information. People can also use Stream on their mobile phone to get to this information. And in a minute, we're going to show you how to embed it into your web pages with your SharePoint sites, or embed it straight into a Teams area. So let's now look again at the content that I've got. I'm going to go back and look at all my videos. When I look at all my videos, I can see everything, and I can go and do the similar sort of thing. I can edit each of these videos. I can look at videos, groups, channels, as we saw before, things that were recorded in meetings. If I've created a watch list, if there's loads of videos, I can look at there, and if I follow certain channels. So if you're a content creator, you'll be doing a lot in videos, groups, and channels. If you're not the content creator, you might have a watch list or a follow channel. Let's have a look. This is the Forms and Automate overview, or if we look back in some of these other sessions, I would see things to do with what we've done with Rich, and we can show more of those. So let's have a look at one of those videos. It's taking a little minute to load, so let's just go back into, oh, here we are. Teams, the new bits. So there we go. If we look at this, I can click on the three dots. Remember, anytime you're in Microsoft or most web pages these days, and you need to have more options, you use the three dots, which brings you up the more options screen. I do apologize for the delay in everything today. I don't know why. It's all moving a little bit slowly. Oh yeah, it's just about done that. So you can actually add it here to watch lists. You can add it to a group or channel. We can edit it, and we got more options here. So let's look at the edit button. If you own the video, if you're an owner of it, you can go in and edit it. As we see, it's mostly the stuff that we've seen before, but now it's all in one place. You've got your details, your video language, there's the thumbnails that it's created. We've got your permissions, so we can change that again. You've got all of those settings. So you can change all of those settings. You can download that video if you're an owner. So if it's a video that you've put through Teams recording and you need to download it, you can do that. You can replace a video. So if you've got new content to put in your training schedule, you can do so. But there's other bits that you can do when you actually look at these videos as well. We'll come to that in a second. For example, one of the big things that you can do is you can actually put in Microsoft Forms midway through a video to do, say, a knowledge check, or at the end of a video where it stops and actually brings up and asks people to confirm that they have actually watched this video, and it can go on their training record if that's the case. So you can actually embed those forms within a video. Before I jump into that, I just want to show you, and it might just bring up the main window again, I just want to show you channels, because channels are very, very useful when it comes to sets of videos that you want to put together, especially if you want to put them onto a SharePoint site, or if you want to put them onto a Teams channel. So you give it a name, new channel, very inventive names I'm thinking of today. We can put in tags, descriptions. You can make it a company-wide channel, so all training videos for health and safety, all HR training videos, how to do your appraisal, whatever you want to do. Or you can apply it to a specific group. Now, when I talk about a specific group, I'm going to look now for the demo one. So the demo one's the one that we use for a lot of our demos here, and it finds our demo team. So as I said, that could be a SharePoint site, that could be a planner group, that could be a Microsoft Teams. It's found that I can give it an image. If I wanted to, I just put a nice little image on there of what it is, training, HR, whatever. I'm just going to create that channel. Once I've created that channel, I can invite people to that channel. Everybody that's part of that team can now be part of that channel. But I can actually put a series of videos in here. So I can choose what videos I add to a channel, and I can do that either by here and adding videos, or if I go to the update video here, I can actually say I want to add it to a channel. So that's how you can add batches of videos into a channel and do that. If I look at this video again, if I'm going to hit cancel, I'll go back to the first video we looked at, or this will do well. You may notice here, you've got an automatic transcript appears. If it's in English and Spanish at the minute, I think it is working on other languages, Microsoft generates a caption file for you. That caption file is reasonably accurate. It does pick up my accent mostly. So it's about 90 to 95% accurate. And if I'm being honest on that, that's pretty good for a lot of these things. So that's that Teams video from before. This means that you can then go in, you can look at the settings yourself. You can look at, well, you've got your captions on, theater mode, full screen mode, and there's the captions. So if I started playing this, there we go. Now you can go in and you can edit that caption file. You can go through it if you own the video. If you need to make this into a proper caption file, properly update it, make sure all the text is correct, you can do that. You also have down here, this is how many likes. You can share it, add it to a watch list. If people comment on it, if it's posted in Teams or in SharePoint, you can do that. But up here, here's a button which is called interactivity. This is where you can add a form. So you can add a Microsoft form. You can take one that you have previously set up. So if you've previously created a form with a knowledge check, or you've previously created a form, you can do it here. Or you can, you would have to just create that form and then come back in here. But if you press that button, you can go and it opens up and goes to the Teams channel, and you can create one there. Give it a name, and you can add it to a timeline at a certain point. You do have to move to that point, but then you put that in. And what happens is, once you get to that point of the team or of the video stops, and in the video channel, the form pops up, whether you're mobile, whether you're in the SharePoint site, whether you're in Teams. And as I said, that's brilliant for knowledge checks, or it's brilliant for at the end to say, please confirm that you've read this, or answer 3 questions and please confirm you've read this, and put your name into the video. So that is a brilliant way of doing it. So that is mostly, let's talk about, that's mostly what you can do from here. The other thing that we talked about, and I can't do this because if I start to record the screen, it might actually drop us out of the shared screen mode. But this gives you a 15-minute screen time of recording. So you can actually record what you're doing on your screen for 15 minutes and turn that into a kind of like a how-to guide. The thing that they haven't done yet, which is being requested, is to track your cursor. So some of the other screen recording software that you pay for will track where your cursor is, and it will highlight it. In this case, you see things happening and you can see the cursor when it happens, but it doesn't track it in between. That's the only little niggle on that so far. But it's a really good additional feature that Microsoft have recently added into Teams. I'm going to pop across to a SharePoint site now. So I'm going to open our SharePoint. And I'm also going to look at our Teams. So while that's doing this, let's go across to Teams. I've already got a channel here in our demo team, which is called Streaming Teams. And I posted twice. It automatically adds these when you add things. Now, if you're not quite sure about what you can do with Teams, and if you're not quite sure of how you can work with Teams in terms of adding extra elements to it, you can watch back on YouTube, and we've got one coming up in a couple of weeks about all the new features, but also how to add things and make Teams into the central kind of point where you not just send messages and do video calls, but actually long-term collaborate and communicate. That's part of the reason for Teams. But if I press the plus button here, we get the ability to add connections out of Teams to other bits of Microsoft software, but not just Microsoft software, to others. So for example, you can actually bring Zoom into Teams and launch all your Zoom meetings from Teams. And the reason why that's useful is it means that you shouldn't have any clashes because you've got one calendar in one place. As you can see, you can connect into websites, forms, Word, Excel, PDFs, lists, but you can connect to all of these non-Microsoft items down here as well, and more. So this isn't the Teams session, so we're not going to town in that. Let me show you. You've got Stream. You add Stream to a channel. So if this is a company-wide channel, you could have a team called Training, and in that team you could set up multiple channels, channels here, and then you could have for each topic. And then in there, you could have your stream videos being brought through. That means somebody on their mobile or their tablet on Teams will actually be able to view those videos with closed captions. That means that if somebody's on their desktop, they can do the same. So you can actually have a whole channel, or you can post in an individual video. And if you really want to know, you can also post in YouTube videos from pressing the plus button. So you can do this combination in your area. If I look up here, these are the tabs. Instead of me recreating it again, I'm going to click in that tab. I must have hit plus again. I'm going to hit in that tab, and that shows you an individual video. It shows up in a full screen mode, and you can start playing it. You can open it in the web page, you can comment on it, you can do whatever you need to do in it. So that is how you do the individual video. There was two options there. The second part to it, while it's deciding to load, it always loads slower when I'm sharing screen because it's then trying to send video to me to send video back out. But there's that video. And then if we hit onto Teams Training, I created a channel. And in that channel, we've got a series of videos that people can watch through. So this is not just a single video. This is a playlist, if you want to call it that, with an up next, what video is coming next. There is a requirement and there's a request from Microsoft that they're working on because some of the options that they have are a little bit odd because it's like most recently viewed or most common. A lot of people are asking, can we put them into some sort of order, as in this is video number 1, video number 2, video number 3. So that is something that's on the way as well. So that's it in here. People can choose which one to watch and away they go with it. If you're talking about SharePoint, and we go into demo team as well here. If I open SharePoint, it's loading along the top. SharePoint, you may know it as just your document libraries, if you use it at all. Every time you create a team in Microsoft Teams, it actually creates a SharePoint site in the background. And that SharePoint site is there to store your documents. But however, every SharePoint site, so again, if you don't want to put this into Teams, if you want an intranet page or people are using your SharePoint site, you can do the exact same here. If I go to new, or actually, if it's actually, I have to be owner of it, and I can go to edit. If I edit this page, I get the option to do, I'm not going to go to town on it because I want to make sure we get through everything. We hit a plus, we can actually add columns, a new section entirely. We can move sections around, whatever we need to do. But let's just hit the plus button. So it's kind of like the WYSIWYG type Wix or WordPress web editor type thing on these pages now. And as you can see, you can put images in, highlighted content, maps, everything like that. But one of the options that we can add straight into here, as we scroll down, is, you guessed it, we can actually embed a stream video into here. So you can even put Microsoft Forms in as well, by the way, and webhooks coming in and out and everything like that when it comes technical. As you can see, the link to YouTube, WordPress, everything else. But if I do stream, I go and get stream video content again, whether it's a channel or whether it's an individual video. And this window opens up the side, all of stream. We drop the menu down, we can choose a single video or we can choose a single channel. And that means that this becomes a portal for people watching your videos. Last couple of things in here on this, let's explain what this is. If we've got a video, one of the things that's really useful about this is you have this caption file, and that is really useful. But if I go back and I go into my settings of the video, or sorry, if I go into my edit, so I'm going to update the video details. You can also, as you see there, trim the video. One of the things that you can do is you can actually download the transcript file. Now, when you've got the captions, that downloads the full transcript. Now, I find this extremely useful. I've been showing two people this week how to do this. So if I do that and I go into my downloads, I should have a nice little file there. It's called a VTT file. What we'll do on this as well is Rich will give you the link that I'm going to show you in a second. And if I wanted to, I can open this and just show you what sort of file it looks like. It's not a great, easy file to read as it stands. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click More Apps and I'm going to choose to open it in Word. And so let's just to show you what sort of transcript they provide. So every time that you record a video, if it's in English, Microsoft are doing the transcript of it in the background. That's how it creates your caption file. But that means that you can actually download that caption file. Now, if you want to, you can then edit the caption file in the Go and re-upload it back into Microsoft, the video channel. But what is even more useful, if this decides to take us time opening as well, is if you download it. As you can see, this was a 31-minute video. It was in language English, 84% confidence in it, and each time it's got a pinpoint part where it says that's the reference for that part of the video. It's from 2 seconds 0.44 to 6 seconds, and this is the words that were said, and it's confident to a level of 84%. So this confidence level is a bit lower here. That's not useful if you're looking at a caption file, if I'm being perfectly honest. You want your minutes. It's great if you're a caption file, but not if you want your minutes. They've got a little tool. It's called Microsoft Stream Transcript VTT File Editor. Obviously a very simple name. And if I go to my downloads, here we go. It tells you what to do. This is the link that we'll provide. You choose your files. And from our files, I'm going to go to my downloads. I'm going to take that video and I'm going to hit OK. In the background, it takes out all of that junk. So all of the identification codes, all of the time codes, all of the how confident they are for the percentage of it. And you can actually take the whole transcript and then you can paste your transcript straight into, say, a Word document, into a notepad. I'm not going to actually paste it in, but as you can see, it still needs a bit of work. It still needs a little bit of tidying up, but it's really useful that you can actually download the captions and turn it into a minutes of the meeting. So let me jump back into the meeting and explain what's coming next with Stream. And the reason that I'm doing that is that there is one issue with Stream. If you're using Stream and you want to share it externally from your organization, so when you record something in Stream on Teams, it goes up the Stream, comes back and deposits it here. So later on in the chat of this, you will see that this recording is available. It's only available for internal to your organization currently. That means if you want to share it externally, you have to download it, which is possible. Go to Stream, download the video, put it into your OneDrive or SharePoint and share it out. So it's a little bit of a long-winded way of doing it. Microsoft, at their Ignite conference about a month and a half ago, announced that stream videos, they're going to still have the similar sort of portal, but stream videos are going to be stored in OneDrive and SharePoint. So if it's a one-to-one meeting that you've recorded, or if it's something that you've uploaded yourself, it will store it in your OneDrive. You can then share it out automatically. If it's in Teams, what will happen is it'll be stored in the SharePoint site for that channel or that team or that person. And then it will give you the option of, do you want everybody to see it? Similar ideas to when you set up your Teams meeting. Do you want everybody to see this meeting? Do you want everybody to come in? Do you want them to wait in the lobby? Well, in this case, you can change your share settings immediately on your video to allow everybody to view it, to allow everybody to download it, or to allow only people in your organization to view and download it as well. They're also bringing in a new feature, and this is on the go. Both of these are rolling out at the minute, where the caption file that I showed you how to get, they're going to deposit it into the meeting channel and the chat at the same time as the video. So when your video finishes, after maybe 5 or 6 minutes, you will get that message saying your video file is available in your chat from Stream, but also it will provide a Word document, and that Word document will be the minutes of the meeting. So again, you will be able to choose whether you want that to happen, and you will be able to choose who can access those minutes. So those are the two main things that are coming. And I don't know which one I'm more excited about. The ease of sharing would be a really useful one, and that's been asked for by Microsoft for the last 4 years, or the minutes being generated automatically and not having to go. In both cases, it's an ease of use, but in both cases, I can get around it. I think what it's going to be really useful for is if you're not used to Stream, that these things happen automatically for you. As I said, and finally, as I said, one of the biggest features I found of Stream is creating these videos for training and this sort of idea, and then what that was with the embedded form and various things like that is a very useful tool. And just to remind you, on your phone, you actually can get a Stream app. So if your organization starts to use these a lot and the training videos, you can actually get it on your phone or tablet as well. I am finished, I think, and I am open to any questions about usage or anything around it. I think I covered everything. Rich, did I?
Thank you. I think so, Viv. Yeah, it's there's a lot of content in there, getting in a half an hour. So if anybody does have any questions, feel free to unmute and throw them in now. No? Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Courtney, did you have a question?
Oh, no, I'm okay.
That's okay, no problem.
I just saw you think. Right. Well, thank you, Viv, for that. Thank you. And like I say, it's a really useful tool, Stream. It's something we're starting to use for now and creating little videos, you know, just snippet ones, even like how to and stuff like that.